The Book Channel Online.
Hello, book lovers. I'm Stephanie Harris Byers, and welcome to the Book Channel Online. Today, our guest is Michelle Gasden Williams, Fortune 500 diversity executive and author of Climb, taking every step with conviction, courage, and calculated risk to achieve a thriving career and successful life. Welcome, Michelle, to the Book Channel Online. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me.
So, Michelle, in your book, you talk about being methodical and intentional. Can you speak to that?
Yes. So intentionality, from my perspective, means to be purposeful in your actions and, taking that step or that giant leap forward. And so there's no room for defeating, ideals of any kind. So it's doing those things that scare you the most and preparing for resistance and all those things that might get in the way of a goal. So that's what I mean about intentionality, and that's what I use, generally speaking, in my practice of diversity in corporate America, in every role I've ever had.
There was something that was within you. What about those who don't have that?
Yeah, I'd say I'm definitely a risk taker. So being bold is certainly a muscle that I flex quite often. If you're not born with the gene, I think that all of us have that unique gene, but it's in degrees, right? So I think that we all have it. It's a matter of how do you exert your boldness, your uniqueness. So I think it varies according to the person. But what I would say is to be comfortable with the uncomfortable and challenging yourself to do the things that make you the most uncomfortable.
You talk about sponsors and mentors a lot in your book. What's the difference between a mentor and a sponsor?
Okay, well, I'm a sports fan, so I'm going to give a sports analogy. When I think about mentors, this individual is like your personal trainer. So they are helping you to acculturate into a new company or an environment, or helping you to navigate the landscape and all of those traditional types of things, support systems. A sponsor, however, that is your sports agent. So that's the person that's negotiating for you, that they're putting their own collateral on the table for you. They're in the room when the decisions are being made in terms of stretch assignments or promotions or what have you. A sponsor could be your brother, your mother, your father. It could be your employer. It could be anyone who is part of your personal board of directors. So this is your trusted circle of individuals who have nothing but your best interest at heart. So it could be any one of those individuals. And it can take a lot of different forms.
Tell me about your personal sacrifices.
Yeah, and I've made several sacrifices along the way. I'd say the biggest sacrifice that comes to mind is I've unfortunately sacrificed my health to achieve some of the more senior level positions that I've held over the years. I have lupus, commonly known as systemic lupus erythematosus, which is an autoimmune illness that disproportionately impacts women of color. And I was diagnosed in 2006, and at that time I was commuting back and forth to Switzerland. I was just promoted into this big global role, and I thought it was important for me to be present both in the US and in Switzerland, which is where the headquarters was located. So I was doing things like putting my health in jeopardy to prove to the leadership that I was worthy of the role. And so I was putting myself at risk. And so as a result of that, I've spent a good portion of my adult life focusing and primarily focusing on my wellness.
When you get to that top, are you up there by yourself?
Now, it depends on the industry that I've worked in, because I've worked in some industries where I sat at the top with very few individuals who looked like me by way of my ethnicity, and very few who looked like me in terms of gender. So I'd say it was pretty sparse. And I wouldn't say that I sat there by myself, but in some situations and in some meetings, I could have very well been there by myself.
What's next for you? Is there another book in you?
Well, Climb is doing extremely well. The groundswell of support that I've received since May 1st, which was the pub date, it's just been incredible and amazing. So I think there might be a Climb 2 or Climbers or I don't know. I still have more to say and more to share. So more to come.
Thank you, Michelle. We wish you continued success with your writing. And thank you for watching the Book Channel online. You can buy Climb on QBR.com through our affiliate partnership with Amazon. I'm Stephanie Harris Byers. Watch us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. As the pages turn, we'll see you next time on the Book Channel Online.
The Book Channel Online.